All right, folks, happy Friday the 13th of December. It's quarter to 9 a.m. I'm going to continue to show you my process here of me being basically a month behind. I'm not going to argue with anybody about that. Time is, let's not talk about time. Time and weather, early weather. Feeding just got done. One of the simple, small, stupid little things that I'm doing in preparation for tomorrow is to flatten out this corral system, because we are going to begin working these animals tomorrow. Quite simply, in a perfect world, the goal is to separate, vaccinate, and move the six little bull calves, and about 6, 7, or 8 of some of the smallest, youngest calves. What the hell are you crying for over there? Crying for a calf. So, last night, I ended up putting a bale of sorghum here, so they can. I'm using the cattle to trample and flatten this space. I do need to get a shovel sometime later this afternoon, because I have got a packed beginning of a day here. I have to shovel all that out and make sure that all these gates, of course, are operable. The other thing I did here this morning is the inside of this barn is getting pretty treacherous and also dangerous. These manure balls, or whatever you want to call them, start forming. And so this morning I put a good bale of corn fodder, which is steaming very surprisingly. I'm not sure what's going on here. I only had 2 steamers, which normally would mean it got baled higher moisture than what you would have wanted it. These are one of the bales that I first did, and that stuff was drier than all hell. Maybe I'm mistaken. I definitely don't have all the answers when it comes to corn stalks. That's a fact. This is my first year. So what I'm doing, number one, it proves as a feed source. I mean, look at these animals here. They've got that fresh corn silage wagon that they all know that's there, and they're, of course, chomping down and eating on some of this corn fodder. Not to mention, by the end of the day or late this afternoon, this will be spread out nice and even. You lost your tag. That's another thing we have to do when it comes time to working cattle in the winter. We got to figure out tags. I was able to find about 3 or 4 of them, and I know who they go on, but there's some others that are missing. We got to figure it out. This evening, depending on how this looks in here, boy, I'd give one of my fingers for one of those nice hay busters right now. I tell you that. Depending on how this looks, I'm going to try and separate another bale in here, put half of it here, and if I have a little good luck on my side and I can handle it, put the other half over there. This sorghum bale was put in here this morning. Of course, this is some of the last feed they're going to go after. Some of the cows are a little confused here this morning too. I'm not doing things on a normal practice, and that'll really screw the cattle up. But eventually they'll all find this, and of course the goal here is for all this to be trampled down from the cattle in tackling up this sorghum, which I continue to be pretty happy with, and I still have not taken a sample. I will be taking a sample tonight. So I need to put the bucket on the tractor. I got a lot of cleaning to do. Last night on a video I stated we got about a foot of snow. That was a little bit of a lie. I'd definitely say a healthy 8 inches plus though, and that's enough to of course merit that I got to do a bunch of cleaning today. the yard, the driveway, and then of course our big concentration this year is across the highway where all that feed is. I'm gonna have to go zipping up and down that road about another, 10, 15 times again, pack it down, flatten it, and it's too early for this crap. Good Lord Almighty. So, day by day. It's the only thing to say sometimes. But, everything's doing real good. It's a beautiful, mild morning here this morning. Tomorrow's going to be even more exceptional. We're going to hit a high of, I'm seeing, what is it, like 30, 31, 32 degrees, which is going to make for a beautiful day here for handling some cattle. So, yeah, they're starting to figure out they got feed in here. But I hate to really be adding this extra stuff within this little barn and corral system here. If you pay attention, if you keep up with the videos in the spring, it's pretty bad in here. I mean, she's thick. There's lots and lots and lots of loads of manure that come out of here. I'd say easily 14, 15 loads just out of this corral system. But this is, of course, where they hunker down for cold weather during the winter. I hate to be adding to it. For example, that corn fodder bale, I promise you there's going to be a 30 to 40% waste at a minimum. I mean, look at their trampling already. I feel it's a must-do, though. I'm not too concerned about the sorghum stocks that are left over because they're quite minimal. I guess I didn't really explain it very well. Just to give you a good example, there was a bale put out here last evening, and well, I'm sorry, there was a bale put out here a couple days ago as well. That is pretty outstanding for what's left of a sorghum bale as far as the stocks. I continue to be very pleased with that BMR hybrid. I have to attribute it to that. The difference compared to last year's sorghum baleage is just, yeah. All right, now see, like this calf right here. This is a little steer. He's a young guy. He needs a little bit of help. He will definitely be one of them that will be going inside the barn. And we will take care of him tomorrow. So, like I said, I got a full day here. I do have some errands to run here this morning, but then it's all about putting the bucket on the tractor, cleaning up snow. If time fits, I do see bringing back a load of sorghum bales. I might even open up the alfalfa. I really don't have a problem opening up a different line before one line's done in the cold of winter, because it keeps. I don't know how else to say it. Now, sometimes that next first bale the following day or day after, depending on how cold it is, it's about a quarter of a popsicle. It's all right. The cattle end up taking care of it. The next bale in is the same. It's in good condition. I got a half a mind to pick up and bring home a load of alfalfa baleage, basically to appease these cows. And of course some of the calves, mainly the cows. They're about to go through, now I'm going to start talking all dramatic here. There's going to be some mental anguish going on here with the removal of some of these calves. It's weaning time. I should have been weaning calves a month ago. I can guarantee you this isn't going to happen next year. I'm doing everything I can not to throw my phone right now, but there's no need for that kind of behavior. Basically, I'm bringing these cows and some of these heifers a treat to settle them down just a little bit. And trust me, that alfalfa baleage, that's about the biggest treat that they can get. Silo didn't start this morning. I believe there's a small problem with the connectors. Turned all the power off, went up there, of course, took the blade from the knife, cleaned them up a little bit, got it to work, got a full load out of it. It can't go unrecognizable. It can't just be left. So I'm gonna have to, I need to pick up 2 of the connectors, a male and a female end, and those have to be replaced. Right now, that's the problem. I hope that's all it is. Yeah, too early for all the problems with the silo as well. I stated on multiple videos that by God, perfect world, I need to be feeding silage through the month of January as far as feed is concerned. But we'll just see what happens and roll with the punches. That's it, folks. I got to get going here this morning. A lot on my plate. I'm sure you do too. Big happy Friday to you, Friday the 13th. I don't know, I don't believe in any of that crap, but see how the day goes. I might go howling at the moon tonight. We'll see what happens. But we're going to talk to you sooner than later.